Hello there, this is SD. I hope that you are well. Last time out, we beat Stealth B. So we have got over the most significant hurdle to us getting another cycle. We rolled Engi A for this next run, which is a much better ship, although still has some vulnerabilities. But I quite like the ions and drone style, so if a drone recovery arm turns out, we might be able to do that the whole run. There's some awkward beacons in this sector. If we go this top route, we're missing all of this, which is obviously silly. So I'm going to not see this and hope that that doesn't cost me a store, although it's not a huge deal if it does. We'd like to sell the Engi Medbot dispersal, but it's not critical to do that immediately. Okay, it's the hacking event. Want to use the combat drone to pop shields and the ion to hit weapons, because that way we can completely gain control of the fight. Shut that burst laser 2 down. And eventually what will happen is that the ion will hit shields if, say, the combat drone misses or the timing gets thrown off. Like there. And then it'll actually start getting damage on. Especially once we do that. But yeah, that's a critical skill with this ship. Do not use just ion blast at shields and combat drone to flit around the ship, because then you can't control where your damage is going. Yeah, we'll offer our help. Take this jump next, that sees the most. Okay, cool, we have outpost. We're gonna take a little bit of damage here because they have a missile and cloaking. I suppose it might only be a 5-second cloak and maybe the combat drone saves us, or we might get a dodge or something, but most likely we are taking damage here, I should say. That's a 10-second cloak, so... Thankfully, your drones are buffered on this ship. We'll go and fix that while the combat drone wins the fight. Give me my double reward. No immediate store, so let's just get our shields up. I might have done that even if there was an immediate store, honestly. This quest can be dangerous. It can be... the construction quest can be a fight against a rebel ship where there's an ASB in the background. And I don't think I'd want to take that with our rather slow offense. Jumps do we have to the exit? It looks like 6 or 7, probably 7. This whole bit up here we're ignoring, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'll take these jumps even though they don't see anything, and then continue forward. And once we get this laser down, the fight is safe. So yeah, that invariably will happen at some point if you're doing this. And then you start actually dealing hull damage. If things get too out of kilter and they look like they're gonna get their weapons off, you just resync the combat drone and the ion blast after a miss. And second shield is up. We can now start looking for fights that we can ion kill, crew kill to oxygen. As well as training fights, potentially. Take this bottom path. We will fend for ourselves. Okay, so this is a training fight. We can train actually all 4 systems here, so we might as well. Turn the in-game audio down and... That makes quite a racket. I might as well, since the weapons will finish so quickly, I might as well run whoever's on weapon training to shields after that's finished. The weapon training will always come before the evade training. The Ion Blast 2 is basically the fastest weapon in the game. You go there, you go here, you go here. So you go there. You do not have engine skill, and you're going to weapons. Okay, everyone back to your places. We're gonna crew kill this. What level oxygen do you have out of curiosity? Level 2. Okay, we're gonna speed hack this because it will take forever otherwise. It could take quite a while even with speed hack. To reduce the racket, there we go. That's much less obnoxious. I might use that as my method for fixing sound issues during training subsequently, because I'm less likely to forget this. Without speed hack, I have left the Ion Blast 2 trying to crew kill a ship with level 2 oxygen for over an hour before not had it work. You need to hit a preposterous number of times in a row to do it. I'll give this another minute or two. I might actually just cut this. But yeah, this is the method you can use. I usually leave it in the first time that I get one of these on any given run, but the first time I do it on a given run, they don't usually have level 2 oxygen. I started doing it in large part to save drone parts, and of course this is a ship that's clear showing why. They've got an anti-drone. We could maneuver around it with the Combat 1, but that would be a giant pain in the ass, and it still requires deploying a drone. But it has the nice added side effect that you get to pull from the crew kill tables, which are generally better than the just ordinary blowing up the ship table. Yeah, since this is level 2 oxygen, I'm going to cut this and I will see you back when this ship is dead. Cool, I turned the speed hack up and it didn't actually end up taking that long to finally get it. Now let's turn the sounds back up. Do I have 3 jumps before this exit? It's close, but yes. I can't take the quest now anyway. I wasn't keen on doing that, so I don't mind. Investigate the battlefield, find nothing. I tried doing this without using the combat drone, because the asteroids will get killed. Yeah, definitely just do this without the combat drone. Put one ion blast into shields every now and again once the weapons are suppressed. You're not allowed to have your weapons. It's forbidden. Our ion hit an asteroid there. Nice. Oh, well, I messed up the timing there, but it didn't matter. And the pulsar will do the work of suppressing the shields here anyway, so we'll just keep the ion trained on my weapons. Let's wait until we get a moment where our weapons and shields are not ionized, and then we can jump out. We didn't find the store. It must have been at one of those jumps up there, but the layout of this sector was quite bad, and I took the path that had more chance to find a store. Oh, and speaking of that, I then immediately get a store. The weapons here are awkward because they're all at least level 2, which or 2 power, which requires me to upgrade to weapons 5 to use them, which which is not ideal. You usually want a 1-power weapon on this ship, particularly a heavy laser is the best thing to find. I'm going to take the charge ion. I'm not, committing to doing ions and drone stuff because you need a combat drone to do that. Not combat drone, I have one of those. You need a drone recovery arm to do that safely. But, this helps me get some shields better. I can certainly, without a drone recovery arm, do ions and drone stuff into Sector 3 without a particularly large problem. I could take the hull beam as an alternative, but that's not an ideal weapon for this since it spreads the damage out thinly, and at any rate, it's more expensive. Take that, and then we'll move on. And we might as well keep the Engi Medbot dispersal. We don't need to sell it here. By 1 point of repair. We're going to an Uncharted Nebula either way, so I'll go to the one that has a chance to hit a green sector next. Prepare to chase them. Sadly, it did not work. We will attack this pirate. Switch off the missile. And if it's taking too long for a shot to miss and sync things up, which, well, there it was because their engines were broken, you can just occasionally fire the ion blast at shields once. And then put it back on weapons so that they stay ionized. Nice one, combat drone. No. That is the least amount of scrap that is possible to get from a reward in a game. Well, from a fight reward. I think there's like one quest where you can get given like 2 scrap, but... Big ol' nothing. We have this whole section up here as well that is a big old nothing. I hope that our store is not there. We will survive. We are attacking this ship. I find it can be harder to line this up against this particular rebel layout just because the shield bubble is quite large. So the combat drone takes longer to get into position. Also doesn't help when they dodge constantly. But thankfully so did we, and we dodged both of the missiles they got off. What the fuck is your evade? Jesus Christ. What is this? I find when you're using an ion setup, you notice dodges a lot more. I don't think they actually happen more, it's just because you're firing so many shots, you see more of them in absolute terms. As a percentage, I think you see the same number as you do with lasers. But it is very noticeable when they happen, and you're reliant on an ion cascade. Head here, I want to see this beacon. I think I would go there if it was a store. It would be sad, but... Okay, this ship we can crew kill once we chase off the boarders. Since we still have the Engi Medbot dispersal, let's use it. Hooray! That's level 2 oxygen as well, and they have a med base. This is going to be annoying. I think we'll probably need to use a combat drone to secure it, because what would happen basically once we got their oxygen all the way down, they'd go camp in the med bay. We'll need to damage something to actually lock the crew kill in. So, I need to pop off for a moment anyway, so I'm going to cut this, leave it firing at the oxygen, and I'll bring you back in when the crew kill is about to happen and I end up using the combat drone. Okay, not having too much success with this right now. Since I'm going to need to use a combat drone anyway, let's use this method, which is... combat drone pops shields. Ion hits O2, except I fucked it up there. I can't speed hack while doing this, because otherwise my combat drone will just invariably get shot down by their laser. Also, there will be times where things miss, and the combat drone would end up doing hull damage, which I don't want. I think I did at one point have them down low enough, because I think I saw the doors open. But then they got some dodges. Oops. That's gonna be too slow. Yeah, see, they clearly took... Oh no, that person went there because the combat drone shot pilot, which obviously they were in. Oops. Do you know what? I'm just blowing this ship up. I can't be bothered with the level 2 oxygen and level 2 medbay nonsense. I already have a weapon upgrade and can afford hacking right now, so getting a crew kill is not utterly essential. There's the store. We're going to take a bunch of jumps before it. How dare you call me repugnant? Oh, this is spooky as fuck. I should have skipped this fight. How the fuck do you have enough power to have all of those up? Let's do this. I wish I could charge this up all the way. If I hit weapons once, we're basically fine, because that will desync those two lasers. Let's get my air back. Yeah, NGA struggles with low power situations because of how power heavy the initial offense is. But we can win this fight by just doing this over and over again as long as we are careful. Okay, good. That is really, really good. Even when they fix that, we can hope they won't resync. Although they might, just from coincidence, but... hopefully they don't. Put my second shield bubble up now so we can find out. Let's see, has this refreshed in time? No, they're still synced, unfortunately. They're not as synced as they were firing at the same second, but they're still synced. I only need one shield bubble here. Oh, our ion missed. Okay, let's wait a moment. Could you cut it out? This is really annoying. I don't remember the last time this combat drone hit. Good for you. Oh, good. That fight was annoying. There's a 50-50 chance of there being a store at one of these two beacons. But I'm more interested in the place where we know there's a store. We will attack the pirate. Okay, somebody who has only a level 1 oxygen. It's about fucking time. Punch them down very low, then let them escape. We would actually have an easier time crew killing this if we had a standard laser set up, because we would be able to, you know, kill the second border and then break their clone bay. But we can't rely on our combat drone to do that, so we need to do it differently. What level's your clone bay, out of curiosity? Level 2, unfortunately. Ooh, we already killed one of them, because that person just cloned. Oh yeah, that was the one we killed on our ship. Being silly. Obviously, it's that person. Let's turn the sound down. We need to focus on oxygen for a while. Sadly, we can't see what's going on over there. Okay, they're dying over there, so let's... Now that we are close... Keep training on the oxygen for a moment. I wish I could see what was happening over there. That would make this easier. Okay, so they just had someone clone. It'll take about 15 seconds for them to suffocate if I keep up the hits on oxygen. Which is about 5 times firing the Ion 2, so that's 2, albeit that missed. Okay, well, we had several misses there, so that might not apply anymore. If I could see what was happening on the ship, I would just change it so my Ion was firing at the clone bay just as they were about to die. But unfortunately, I don't know when that is. One of them just did. I'm going to now focus on it because I know there's 2 over there, and the second one, having been cloned later. Those came back. Come on. You know, what I'd like to do would be have a sequence where one of them clones, we fire the Ion 2 5 times and hit the oxygen every time. Well, oxygen and shields. That would put them about ready to die, and then we switch to the combat. And then we do that for the other crew member as well. Oh, actually, that can be my sign. One of them just died. I realized that the movement there... Yeah. That will actually be my sign for when one of them dies. Because when the person in piloting dies, they move the person from engines to go and cover that system. Okay. So the next time we see the doors open, the person in piloting who has fewer hit points has died. I was too slow and wasn't able to get it completely down because it's a level 2 system. There. I think, unfortunately, we can't get 3 shots off in time, though. what we need, because we have to hit the shields and then the ions twice. Yeah, and then the clone bay twice, which is very irritating. I think we need to use a combat drone here. Even if we only need to just use it to pop shields, we need to use the combat drone. Oops. No, that's not right. I may actually try to intentionally aim the combat drone at oxygen or something. Is that oxygen? I think that's this empty room. They always aim at the center of the room they're intending to shoot at, but it's kind of difficult to tell sometimes where that is. That's definitely not anywhere useful. Okay, that might help a little bit. Oops. Okay, they have two of them alive over there right now. Damn it. Did that get one? Okay, well now I can't keep going, so we just have to blow them up. I think we did get one there as well, because this isn't charging even though we had hit the oxygen only, which means they only had one crew member over there. Oh well. We get a free Engi for our efforts. Let's head to the store now and then maybe check the bottom room. We'll give you 15 missiles. Damn, we could, if we had a drone recovery arm, I would absolutely just snap this up and we'd go triple ions, but we don't. I'm gonna sell the anti-medbot dispersal now to be able to fund me upgrading my weapons. But I won't do that yet, because we might find a second store that has good stuff in it. Well, we've located the second store. Whether it has any good stuff in it is a separate matter. We don't have enough jumps, unfortunately, to take 2 without diving at the exit, which I don't think is worth it. So, let's just go here. Yes! Ions and drones, here we go. This does delay me actually upgrading my my weapons, but that's fine because I can now use hacking every fight. Otherwise, it would be quite dangerous to use hacking every fight because I'd be using double drone parts because I need to use an offensive drone just to deal any hull damage. We don't care about going Zoll. We shred Zoll shields. We are going to interfere and help the Zoltan ship. Hack those weapons. You go over there. Why am I not firing this? Once enemies have 2 shield bubbles, unfortunately, you can't really do the whole use the combat drone to pop shields and the ion to hit weapons. We're gonna get hit by this halberd beam here. It wouldn't have timed out if not for the asteroids, but, you know, there were the asteroids, so. Not a good reward, but scrap is scrap. You need to be able to crew kill, I think, to get a good reward out of that, and there was no way we were going to attempt to do that. I don't really want to store right now. I just want to get upgrades. Participate in the study. This fight is nasty. Because they have cloaking. Actually going to use the charge ion here and charge it up all the way. Also run you to the medbay, please. Charge it up all the way and then hold until after they cloak. Good. Now, unfortunately, we need to charge this back up. So we need to repeat that cycle a couple times, during which we may take scratch damage from this flak. Go ahead and cloak, you stupid asshole. Ooh, nice. Let's maybe shoot their cloak for a second, just to see if I can keep that down. Yeah, that fight was a bit gross, but we get a double scrap reward, including this drone. Don't think we can keep that on our bar for now and occasionally use it. If we get an easy crew kill fight, we'll just use that rather than trying to do any other fancier tactics. We need power rather desperately. And this buys more time for my ion to get through shields, now that I'm kind of dependent on it to do that. Oh, we got the only weapon here that I'm concerned about offline. Almost worth taking, but I want more scrap. Better. Ooh, free stuff. At that point, let's go to this store, because we have multiple things we can sell. I'm not required, while making this ions and drones only run is, you know, a possibility, I'm not required to do that. Let's buy this. I wouldn't mind being able to get that defense drone either, but that's not happening. Vent these idiots towards our med bay. Especially since they're going to send another one over. Good. Go, Engis, go! Engi muscles win the day. Let's just to do this, I'm going to want to do that in the next sector anyway, so... This fight can be quite nasty, and we, as previously mentioned, do not deal well with low power situations. You also need to crew kill to get more than a low scrap reward there, so it's not worth taking that. Can I make some scrap, please? Okay, well. The heavy laser up through the ionization. Nope. And you're dead. Let's get out of here now. We can explore the asteroid field and get stuff. And more stuff. We don't have a counter to the rock live mine, and we don't have a reasonable way to get one, unfortunately. What's wrong? Pay the damn price. Dock to try to rescue the survivors. Cool, we get a free rock. I would put you on piloting. I'll probably find a training fight and then I'll do that. And move the human to shields. For the moment, we'll do it this way. We will attack the slavers. We are strong against Zoltan shield ships, and besides, this is a high scrap reward possibility, with us being very close to being able to afford cloaking. Okay, good. We just need to make sure that the halberd beam does not sync up with their lasers, and then we're fine. Ah! I was hoping the combat drone would hit there. There we go. No. Excellent. Although the fuel situation is concerning now. Excellent. Take that down so I can start charging my engines. Also, I only need one shield bubble. Okay, now let that happen. Put the combat drone back up. Well, we can afford cloaking now. Albeit, this setup doesn't work well with the cloak hack cycle unless you can get stealth weapons, because you kind of need to keep ionizing to keep shields down. But you can still use it to make fights safe. Cave-dwelling pebble man. I messed up that. Ah. Get out, you annoying rocks. Okay, good. Sure, let's buy those. And I'm literally gonna just backtrack and go to that store, I think. If I could take these two jumps and then go to it, I would, but I can't. I wish I could buy them. Ah, man! I want those so bad, but I can't get them. Go looking for the rebel. Yeah, we didn't get a fire. I was wondering whether or not that was crew killable, but... No, if you were offering me fuel, I would take it. Don't go to Abandon 5 when I can't have mind control counter. Let's just go to the Engi homeworlds. And let's take fights and get upgrades and get fuel. Oh, you're fucking annoying as hell. Because of the pulsar, we don't actually need the ion to get to the shields here. We're taking that. Ah, I should have let my shields come back. That was silly. Well, let's do that now. Cool. Take this store, if for no other reason than to buy fuel. I'd like to buy that beam drone, but let's do this instead. I generally prefer combat drones, but beam drones are very, very good when you have a lot of ions, because they take advantage of the fact the ions suppress shields for a long time. Let's offer the Mantis up for a bounty. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get a proper cloak hack cycle ready. Nope, we're not accepting the bribe. you're dodging, it's really annoying. Need to restart things to use the cloak hack cycle properly. Okay, good. Let's keep the ion chain going, even if it does break cloak hack cycle. We might be able to crew kill this. By might, I mean we can definitely crew kill this. Hooray! Let's buy a refill of our consumables and our fuel. Our consumables and our hull, rather. Fuel is a consumable. I would very much like to get my other ion online soon. Of course, I sold the Engi Medbot dispersal to do that ages ago, but that was before I was able to buy hacking and heavy laser 1, so... that scrap went elsewhere. I'm gonna take this. I don't know that that's definitely the right idea, but... we may have a hard time stopping this ship escaping. But we may not. Yo! We did not, in fact, have a hard time stopping them getting away. We are not accepting your supposed offer. I can't be bothered to try to maneuver my combat drone around this. Let's just use the ion and the heavy laser and cloak hack cycle them. It'll take a while to get through their shields, but that's fine. It'll take them much longer to get through ours. Excellent. Get out of the way, you stupid fire drone. We should be able to upgrade our weapons after this fight, unless we get a really trash reward. No. I might end up regretting that fuel, but 16 scrap is not enough. That's better. Now I can use these two and the combat drone for a while. And I'd like to upgrade my weapons again to bring that heavy laser into play. Or back into play. I also have the option here with these weapons that once the shields are down to switch the charge ion off and do this. But I think at least for the moment I'll keep doing this. And I'll just train the ion on weapons. The charge ion rather. They're both ions. Entirely too many humans. Has anything good ever come of having this many humans in one space? Of course not. I failed at venting there. Nope. Go and fix that, please. Yeah, shouldn't have taken that damage, but it's fine. Investigate and try to communicate peacefully. Cool, we get another Engi. And some scrap. Go to Engi. I don't have protection against the live mine. It's not a huge deal, but I don't want to lose crew. Big lot of nothing so far. Destroy and loot the ship. Well, if there's one type of ship that we do very well against right now, it's this kind. Yeah, big advantage of firing ions at weapons is if you fire, 3 charge ion shots and you hit weapons 3 times, you're not taking out 3 points of the system, you're taking out 3 weapons. And that's really, really good. It's a very underappreciated part of ions, generally. A certain section of the player base that prefers to just fire them only at shields, and thus waste a lot of their potential. Go there? No. We'll find another store. I would definitely like to look for more offensive drones and stealth weapons and things like that. Check out this distress beacon. We will get a high scrap reward from this, from our Engi. Wow, we even get a cell bait augment. The FTL jammer unfortunately sells for less scrap than any other augment in the game, but, well, that and the long-range scanners, but I'm not selling those. Oh, okay, cool, give me free stuff. Let's do that. We can backup battery power the combat drones for a while. Ships were achieving a union. Good for them. Unions are good. Okay, let's take a lot of fights. And yeah, once you get into a situation like this, the enemy is just fucked. There are too many projectiles coming in at them too quickly. Nope. Get more power. These kind of setups are pretty power hungry, although usually it's somewhat offset by not needing to upgrade your weapons hugely high. Oh. I think I need my hack here. They have 5 shield bubbles. Good. They're in an area that's easy to vent. Ah! Get switched off, stupid Glade Beam. Give me my high scrap reward. Now. It's okay, sweetie. and I will be back in a bit. Okay, we are back. Oh, there's a store. There might be another offensive drone there. Let's check it out. We have enough scrap to buy. We could also buy stealth weapons. But neither of those things are here, so let's just get some repairs and a bit of fuel and continue on. Are you fucking kidding? Will you fuck off? Yeah, your weapons won't save you now. The cloak makes this annoying. But we will shoot that. Fortunately, we're very good at winning fights quickly. Actually, they aren't currently using any lasers, so let's just abandon our shields. Get wrecked. Let's auto-fire the turret ion. Get that third shield bubble. We're gonna buy power for a while now. I'd like to be powering these combat drones with normal energy or normal reactor, not backup battery power, but ask to see the goods. We understand, forget this. Ah. You assholes. We don't need to properly clone hack cycle here. Now we need the drones. Ha ha ha! No, can't surrender. Have our Rockman pose as captain. Okay, that's not terribly helpful. Getting a store when we have 8 scrap, and then another store when we have 8 scrap. Both of them had beam drones that we cannot acquire. Sad. Good. Switched off their annoying cloaking system, and now we will tear them to pieces. Nope. Take this fight and then backtrack towards the exit. I see you were also an Ions and droid. But are you a fire in your weapons room enjoyer? I ask because there's a fire in your weapons room. No. So, we're off to Sector 8. We'd like to upgrade our cloaking ones and maybe get the next shield bubble, but if I had to fight and get some buffer upgrades, but I mean, if I had to fight the flagship right this instant, I could. We don't especially need a repair station. Like, if that one's still there by the time we reach it, then cool. Otherwise, doesn't matter. Like the rebels. So this thing's annoying. Because it really fucks over our Ion too. We're gonna need to work around that by getting our charge Ion all the way up. And I obviously can't auto-fire the stupid thing. Okay, now we might actually get through. Let's try now. Okay, now we're getting through. Excellent. Nice work, combat drone. You have avenged your fallen combat drone comrade. Yeah, we're not going to get the fourth shield bubble here unless we get, like, some ridiculous double rewards. Let's see what you're hacking first, because you might have been hacking my drones. And you are dead. We're probably not going to get like any crew kills in the final phase unless they happen by accident. In the final phase, in the flagship fight, unless they happen by accident. But that's fine. I can't be bothered to try to micro around this, so I'm going to do this without the offensive drones. Which will be a little slow, but we can cloak hack cycle it. Cloak now. Okay, our shields are up fully, so we don't need to remain cloaked. You fucking asshole, stop dodging our shots. There we go. So yeah, it's obviously slower without the combat drones to provide DPS, but it doesn't particularly affect what the outcome is, it just makes it take longer. Ah, that got taken over at the last moment. How annoying. Go here. If I can, I'd like to cycle back and take that other fight as well, but if that gets taken over, I can just go the other way. With them having such a long cloak, I am going to get my charge ion all the way up. And wait until after they cloak a second time. Oh, come on. And the fight's over now. They can't dodge. That's being taken over. I'll go intercept the flagship then, and we can potentially double back and take that fight after phase 2, it would be. Let's get a buffer on our shields. No, I should have went and healed you. Whatever. We will accept that hack. So when you're fighting the flagship with an ion heavy setup, I always feel like there are two hack choices for phase 1. It's either cloaking or missiles. The missiles are the more conservative hack to prevent you taking damage. The cloak means that you can engage hacking as soon as they engage the cloak, and that allows you to keep up your ion chain. We don't have any way to reliably switch the missiles off here, so I'm feeling like I would like to cloak hack cycle those. We can shoot the cloaking itself. So we're going to do what we've done on some previous things. Hold our ions until after their second cloak. Switch that off. Oh, let's shoot their engines because they're only level 2. Unfortunately, they're going to cloak when they fix this in all likelihood. But it will only be for 5 seconds, so that won't be enough time for them to get their shields back. Combat drones, finish them off. And yeah, that's one of the ways you can do it, and the other is you hack. If I had an ion bomb, for example, I would favor hacking cloaking, and then I could use the ion bomb to switch the missiles off. kind of annoying, because an Ion 2 generally favors hacking cloaking as well, because that weapon is so heavily reliant on being able to fire continuously that a cloak really messes it up, but our setup would not allow us to hack in such a way as to allow that. Of course, for all subsequent phases, they don't have cloaking, so you just hack missiles. Really. In this, to start with, you should only hack at level 1, and that tends to line, in my experience, the missile surge up with their first power surge. Yeah, we took damage here because we only have 3 shield bubbles, so we got nicked by the hover beam, but that's fine. Take a little bit of damage here. Our combat drones can take it home. Our shield buffer also came very much in handy there. Only minor damage. Go fix that breach. Can we get that fight in between phases? No. Oh well. Start out like this, but it won't take very long for us to get through the Zoltan Shield here. Oh, a very important thing when you're fighting the flagship, because we took damage on weapons there. If you're fighting the flagship and you're reliant on an ion heavy setup, it's quite important to keep your ions active so that you can continue the ion chain. You know, I would rather lose the heavy one there than lose my ability to keep the shield suppressed. There's an argument you could, with the shields all the way down, that you could safely lose one of them and then get the other one. I have seen players lose runs with ion setups but they're not as familiar with them, where they take damage on weapons on the first volley and they'll keep like their one hull damaging weapon in the first slot, which is like, well, I can understand that to a degree, but if you can't get through shields, the heavy laser literally doesn't do anything. So you keep the things that allow you to get your shields to suppress shields. Keep those up until the shields are at least actually suppressed. And then you still want something to keep them down. Oh, yuck. I cloaked a little bit early there, but it doesn't matter because this is a very, very early power surge. Yeah, our damage buffer helps us out here. Get the fuck out of there. Okay. That's bad. Let's get venting this room immediately. What happened to my laser? Did it collide? It must have collided with one of theirs. Cool. Thank you, combat drones. A little close to losing one of our crew there at the end, but we kept them alive. Scrap totals on that run were not particularly high. We had a particularly bad Engi 6 that I noticed when I was on break and had a glance at the save game manager. Yeah, only a little bit over 5k. I think we had 3 different Engi sectors in that run, so it's not too surprising. 3, 2, 1. We just did the U. We haven't done Federation B on this second bit of the streak, I believe. Let's double check to confirm, but no, we have not done Fed B. So we'll be doing that next time. I hope you enjoyed the run, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.